Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I am Kayode Adebayo. President Muhammadu Buhari has emphasized the need for parents and society to preserve the core cultural values and identities that have always guided what is acceptable in ways and character. In his Children's Day message, President Buhari urged parents and children to hold on to ancient truths of integrity, honesty, knowledge, and hard work in spite of the changing times, saying these landmarks remain the pillars of destiny. According to a statement by a special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, the president charged Nigerians not to lose faith in the ability of government to always protect and safeguard citizens, including children. He noted that his administration had focused on the welfare of children and in the circumstance of those that have targets of violence by terrorists, government has been working to retrieve. The president noted that efforts should be geared towards putting building blocks that will sustain unity, peace, and prosperity for the sake of the children. In the meantime, stakeholders in the education sector have been admonished to formulate policies that will stimulate and enhance the future of Nigerian children. An educationist, Dr. Olayinka Oderinde, gave the admonition in an interview with OSBC News on this year's Children's Day after featuring on OSBC weekly magazine program, Saturday Morning Treat. Dr. Oderinde said all efforts should be geared towards providing adequate learning materials for them to succeed, and parents should place premium on preservation of core cultural values of the society. He speaks further.
A better future for our children, all stakeholders must be involved. For our children to have a solid future, parents must be there to train them in the way they should go, so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it. Other stakeholders, especially government and government agencies, must also assess their policies and seek to continue, particularly on areas where children are affected: justice delivery, health, education, and social amenities, provision of social amenities, so that the future of the children can be sustained.
President Muhammadu Buhari has assented to the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation Bill, Arbitration and Mediation Bill, and 3 other bills passed by the National Assembly. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senator Babajide Omowurare, said the action of the President is in furtherance of the provisions of Section 58 of the Constitution and pursuant to the Act Authentication Act Cap A2 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004. According to him, the NDIC Act repeals the hitherto extant NDIC Act No. 16 of 2006, which provides that NDIC is the insurer of all insurable deposit liabilities of insured institutions. He said the President also assented to the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Amendment Act for the provision of the Federal College of Agriculture, Ugo-Inibiri, Bayelsa State, and the Institute of Environmental Practitioners of Nigeria Establishment Act and the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria Establishment Act. In another development, President Buhari has lauded the contribution and operational support of Nigerian Navy to end internal security challenges in the country. Buhari made the commendation virtually whilst superintending the commissioning of Nigerian Navy Logistics College, Dawakin Tofa, Kano. The President had used the occasion to inaugurate other projects, including the 3,000 capacity ultra-modern correctional center, new international terminal building of Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, as well as the procurement of aircraft, equipment, and buildings at the College of Aviation Technology Zaria in Kaduna State. He noted that the effective conduct of the Nigerian Navy, along with other security agencies in the management of internal security, has earned significantly improved security in the country. Buhari, who maintained that the commissioned projects remain critical to economic prosperity of the nation, expressed confidence that the incoming government, which is also a progressive administration, will sustain the tempo of its improvements. Meanwhile, the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has been charged to build a prosperous nation for all Nigerians, irrespective of ethnic, religious, and political tendencies. Former President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, gave the admonition today in his keynote address at the inauguration lecture organized by the Presidential Transition Council in Abuja, speaking on the theme, Deepening Democracy for Integration and Development. Kenyatta summed up the leadership crisis in Africa to negative ethnicism, religious intolerance, and economic greed. He encouraged Asiwaju Tinubu to surround himself with voices that challenge his own and reach out to those who may feel aggrieved to build a stronger nation together, noting that elections may divide the people, leadership must bring them together. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, and the Minister of State for Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Mahmoud Abubakar, as well as the Minister of State in the same ministry, Mustafa Baba Shehuri, have bowed out of office as they thank Buhari for giving them the opportunity to serve as ministers. This action is to give way to the new government, which will be inaugurated on Monday, 29 May this year. During a validatory meeting held at the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the former minister, Dr. Abubakar, while handing over to the permanent secretary, said the achievements recorded in the agricultural sector during his stay as minister became possible following the support from President Muhammadu Buhari. In the same vein, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, during his 4th dinner organized by the Ministry of Information and Culture, said the gathering marks the end of an era which started on November 11, 2015, when he assumed office as the Minister of Information and Culture. Members of the first and second batches of Osun pilgrims to this year's Holy Pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia have departed for Lagos this morning. They were conveyed in a convoy of buses with security details both provided by Osun State Government. OSBC reporter who is on Osun team to Saudi Arabia, Sakiruddin Oyewale, reported that the pilgrims were in high spirits and full of praises to Allah, Governor Ademola Adeleke, and members of the board for ensuring that the Hajj processes from payment, registration to departure were seamless and stress-free. Secretary of the board, Mr. Bolaji Sani, assured that barring any circumstances, the third batch will leave Osogbo tomorrow, while it will be turn of the fourth batch on Monday. As at the time of filing this report, the two batches have landed safely at Hajj camp in Lagos State. General review of activities and achievements of Governor Ademola Adeleke are focused today on Imole Ayo program as the present administration in Osun State clocks 6 months in office. Imole Ayo, an enlightenment program which promotes the efforts of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration on the development of Osun State, is put together by the Office of the Spokesperson to the Governor, Malam Olawale Rasheed, in collaboration with OSBC management. Join us on our radio and television channels today at 6:30 in the evening. It promises to be interesting. And now to sports. The Flying Eagles will be aiming to record their first win against Brazil Under-20 at the ongoing Under-20 World Cup in Argentina today. Both teams will be meeting for the 7th time at the Under-20 level at the La Plata Stadium in Argentina. The 5-time winners of the competition have defeated the Flying Eagles on 4 occasions, while the other 2 games ended in stalemates. The young Seleko defeated the Flying Eagles 3-0 in Nigeria's debut appearance at the Under-20 World Cup, then known as FIFA World Youth Championship in Guadalajara, Mexico in 1983. The Seleko were also 2-0 winners at the 1985 edition of the tournament. Brazil continued their dominance at the 1987 edition in Chile with a 4-0 thumping of the Flying Eagles. However, both teams battled to a goalless draw in their opening match of Group F at the 2005 finals in the Netherlands. They also held the young Seleko to a 1-1 draw at the 2013 edition in Turkey. Meanwhile, Brazil Under-20 star Matheus Martins is confident Brazil will beat Nigeria and qualify for the round of 16. And now to the foreign scene. 2 drones have damaged an administration building of an oil pipeline in Russia's western Pskov region. The regional governor, Mikhail Badanikov, said the explosion is the latest in an escalating series of attacks in Russia amid the Ukraine offensive. Preliminary information said the building got damaged as a result of an attack by 2 unmanned aerial vehicles. There are no reported casualties, and an investigation is still ongoing. Unconfirmed reports from a Russian telegram outlet with sources in the Secret Service said the drones were targeting an oil pumping station in Pskov. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Please join us at 7 for the major report. Good evening.